I have been reading. Continuing on with my tandem read of Empire Storms and Tower of Dawn. It is the 29th of July, but I want to report back and say that I am officially a quarter of the way through the tandem read. I'm gonna say so much is happening right now in both of the books, and I think I've said this before, but I would definitely say I am so glad that I chose to do the tandem read and I looked into it, and I would definitely highly recommend, if you guys are reading the series yourself or if you've been thinking about it, I would highly recommend picking up these two books as a tandem read and just following the guide. It really immerses you into the story. Also, I'm really loving the different POVs in these books. Like, I'm really enjoying the POVs that we're getting given, and I feel like they're very high stakes, which is really impressive because there's a POV, Manon's point of view. I didn't used to like Manon's point of view in the earlier on books in the series. I actually found her POV a little bit annoying at times, but once you get through the first couple of POVs from her, she becomes so much more of an interesting character and very unique in her own way. And yeah, I just find that really funny that I did not enjoy her POV until, not until recently, but until I got to the end of the book, and then the next book had her POV as well, and I really enjoyed it. So I think it's so interesting how I started off not particularly liking her as a character, as a person, or as a POV to read from, and now I love it. This is horrific lighting and a horrific angle, but I want to give you guys an update on how I'm doing with my tandem read. I am absolutely loving this so far. I think it's such a great way to read these two books. This is how far I am through Tower of Dawn. I have about 200 pages left, but I do know that Tower of Dawn will be the second book to finish. I think you finish Empire Storms and complete like the whole thing first, and then you finish Tower of Dawn. But as of currently, right now, I'm at page 312 of Tower of Dawn, so I've got about 200 pages left. I'm really enjoying it, and I think at first I said that this, I was like, I'm not really too sure on Tower of Dawn, but it's really grown on me, and also Cole's character has really grown on me, because I was personally one to hate him, but right now I kind of feel for him. I sympathise with him a lot. But yes, I am running out of tabs, as usual with me when I read a Sarah J Maas book, to be honest. I'm absolutely loving it, and I definitely highly recommend that people do the tandem read. I'm just loving it so much. And if you're wondering what I'm using to annotate, these tabs are from Amazon. If I can find the link, I will link them in the description box below. And then I also am currently using a Stabilo Swing Cool highlighter, the baby blue one, pastel colour, and then I'm also using a pastel orange. This is a Scribblicious one. Wouldn't recommend this one, it is bleeding a little bit through my pages. Also, we just found out so much in Tower of Dawn, like historical wise, that it's so intriguing to me. I was talking to Luke earlier and I was like, do you think I'm going to finish this by the end, like finish the whole series by the end of the month? And there's a very high chance, because it's the 30th of July right now. It's the 30th of July right now. So I'm definitely going to finish this early in August, which I honestly was thinking I was going to finish it 2 weeks through August, as I told you guys. So I'm hoping to have this finished by the end of this week that we're going into, so we'll see. And then I might finish up the last book in this series. I honestly don't know what I'm going to do when this series is finished. I might have to just reread ACOTAR just to kind of like soothe my feelings. Hey guys, it is now Wednesday. I haven't updated for a couple of days, but before I update, I just want to say, Luke, I'm gonna cry. Anyway, let's update you guys. Monday evening, read to page 417, chapter 44, and then yesterday I read all of 4 pages before stopping. I don't think I'll be touching Tower of Dawn today, but it was so sweet of him to bring it down. I am loving it still. I'm loving this so much. And honestly, right now, I think both of these books are going to be a 5-star, but like mind-blowingly good. Like, I think reading these together has definitely brought a lot of value to the story for me. I'm also contemplating buying Kingdom of Ash, which is the final book in this series. I don't know who I'm going to be when I finish this series. I don't know what I'm going to read. I think I might go into like a bit of a book hangover, to be honest, because this series has been so good and I've been so excited each month to read this. Either that, I'm gonna have to reread some other Sarah J Maas books. So I might reread ACOTAR. I know I did say I've been wanting to reread ACOTAR since I finished it early on this year, but yeah, I've been really wanting to reread that series. I'm about to make myself my second cup of tea since coming in from work, but it is, I think it's just about to be 7 o'clock. But yeah, I am very, very close to hitting chapter 52 now. I'm at the start of chapter 49 now, and stuff is happening. It is happening. Oh, it's getting tense. It's getting tense. I feel like this is gonna hurt. Like, I feel like, and then I also feel like once we stop on once I stop after chapter 51, I feel as though that stopping point is gonna feel very like hard to stop at. Hold the goddamn phone. I got to chapter 52, so I'm now on page 485 of Empire of Storms. I almost just forgot the title of the book, and it's 7:45. There's so much going on, and it's just stopped at like the point just before everything's about to go down, which is, it's great, but it's also frustrating. I am so proud of one of the characters in here, and I'm also seeing a new kind of like romance bloom as well, which is so exciting. I think that Luke will get home at maybe like 20 past, so I think I'm gonna run upstairs, grab my laptop so I can see what's coming next in the reading order. I'm thinking I might just read the next section. I think it should be a section of Tower of Dawn. I'm not sure if it'll be like 1 or 2 chapters or if it'll be more than that. I think I kind of am like torn because I don't know if I'm gonna read Kingdom of Ash straight after this. I don't own Kingdom of Ash, so I'd have to go and buy it or order it in. So like that's an option. I could go straight into Kingdom of Ash after these two, or I could go for a romance. And I'm kind of thinking like maybe Terms and Conditions or Secretly Yours. So like those are 2 that I'm thinking of. Do you know what I really want to read? A Lucy Score book. Like I really just want a Lucy Score book. I feel like a Lucy Score book would be great after this, or after this and Kingdom of Ash, but I am not sure. I think I am gonna have to take my books out of my boxes relatively soon because I'm running out of books to read. Don't worry, like you guys know from my Defeat the TBR episode, I still have plenty of books, like unread books, like physical books to read and choose from, but they're all boxed up, so I haven't actually seen them in a while. And I just had like this collection on my bedside table of like newer purchases and books that I brung, books that I had from Luke Choosing My July TBR that I left unpacked. They've been in like my bedside table, and I've been choosing from those few books, but I'm also kind of vibing maybe a thriller. I just have to show you something. This is what I walked into. It's so cute. I love it. Okay guys, it is later on now. I've been home for a couple of hours now. I think that's right. I think it's around 6:30 or 7, so I've been home for like an hour and a half to 2 hours. I've just got out of the shower, hence why my hair is wet. Actually, top kind of like hack that I did, and I didn't intentionally leave it for 2 days, I just really didn't want to wash my hair yesterday because I was absolutely knackered, and Wednesdays are kind of like a rough day for me. Like I feel pretty tired on top of the ways I'm already feeling, as I've talked about earlier on in the vlog. But it's the Keratin Reconstruct Mask, Repair and Protect. Helps repair 6 months of damage in one use. I can't really say to that claim if it does or doesn't do that, but this is what I have been using, and I have only used it like 3 to 4 times. It smells phenomenal. However, my favourite way to use this has been the way that I've been using it the last couple of times. I've been using this and I will literally like slather it into my hair, like into the ends, and then I will braid my hair. Now, if anyone has braided your own hair or has someone braid their hair, you know it's easy to do it when your hair's like damp or wet. This really helps your braids stay in, number one, and I'm not a pro at braiding, so that says a lot. But also, it just also makes your braids look so shiny and your hair looks so healthy in the braids. I love it, and also your hair smells great, and I will just leave that in all day, and then in the evening do my hair wash. That's just what I've really been enjoying doing with it. Or I'll do it like the night before and I'll sleep with it in my hair and then I'll rinse it, and I just feel like I get more results from it. Anyway, rambling about that, that's not what I came to talk about, to you guys about. As you can see behind me, over there is, well, there in the camera is my desk, but as you can see behind me, here are my books. And then back here in the camera, these brown boxes here are also books. Now, I want to take my books out of the boxes. Now, this is kind of controversial, and I did talk to Luke about this, and he's happy for me to do it, as long as it's kind of like, you know, not too messy. So, yeah. And, like, we're both happy to do it, but, like, we obviously don't want the room to look too messy. But I am feeling like I want to buy books, and I feel like I just need a reminder of all of my unread books. I'm about to show you. I've maybe overstimulated myself a little bit, but here we go. I'll flip the camera around in a minute. But yeah, this is really eye-opening to me, seeing these piles. And I'll tell you for why, because I can instantly point out, hang on. I can instantly point out where my oldest books are on my TBR, like the absolute oldest. And they are all in the biggest pile, and I can tell you for why they're all in the biggest pile, because I used to be a massive reader of that genre, and I feel like my genre has just changed, and I definitely enjoy other genres more now. So this section here is all books that I haven't read, so let's go into it. Romance wise, I have 2 unread romances. These are like the other kind of section, like this is like literary fiction slash memoir, so like non-fiction kind of vibe. Here and here are my fantasy stacks. That's my classics pile, which is honestly smaller than what I thought it would be, so I'm glad about that. Now these 2 ginormous stacks are bigger than what I thought they would be, and also like these 2 stacks are where majority of my oldest books are in the thriller kind of area and genre. I used to be a massive thriller buyer and reader, and then my taste changed and I just read a lot more fantasy and things like that. So yeah, there's also 2 more down the back, but they were gifted to me at Christmas. I'm so excited to read those, so they're at the back because they were a series. So here is all of my unread books. Please excuse the fact I've just chucked the boxes over there, but here are all my unread books. That's pretty like good, I think. Anyway, she says. And then over here is where you start to see all of my read books. Okay, quick. Hang on, there's something on my camera. It's now 9:15 and I've come downstairs. That took longer than I anticipated, the stacking of books. This is an interesting angle. Welcome to the back of the sofa. I haven't got 3/4 of the way through. I have hardly read that many chapters today either, according to the grid. I've read 6 chapters, but I'm really tired, so I think I'm just not gonna push to read anymore because I absolutely love this series and I don't want to force myself to read it when I'm not taking in facts, because let me tell you, so much is going on that I need to be able to take it all in. So yeah, I'm just really tired and I can feel myself kind of getting a bit drowsy. This might be a spoiler, so well, this is kind of a spoiler. I mean, it's not like I'm not going to tell you something important that's happened, but in terms of like creatures and things, it might be a spoiler, so just skip ahead 30 seconds. I have quite bad arachnophobia, and there was a scene in Tower of Dawn with all of these massive spiders, and it's just gross. It's gross, and I don't really want to read that at 10 o'clock in the evening, so I've decided
I'm gonna put it down. It's not the reason, I'm not putting it down because of that necessarily. I'm literally mainly putting it down because I'm tired, but also because I want to take in like the surroundings, because at the moment I can't really picture where they are. But first things first, we need to get ready because this looks like this, our room looks like this, and also I've got some laundry to put on today as well. I also want to finish my tandem read today. I'm not sure if that'll be doable, but I would love to try, so we'll see how that goes as well. We might be finishing the tandem read today. Everybody, so I have got ready for the day, and I've also made the bed, but I also want to finish the tandem read, and then I'm thinking I'm going to pick up one of these. I'm not really too sure which one I want to pick up, to be perfectly honest, but I keep looking at this one and eyeing it on my stack, The Turn of the Key. Nope, The Key to My Heart by Leah Lewis, as like a romance option. I'm kind of feeling like a romance to kind of like break up the vibe, but yeah, I'm really interested. I think this is like a second chance romance where the character has already found kind of like the love of her life and they passed away, so I think we kind of see them healing from that grief, but also moving on and finding a different type of love and like the new type of love in her life. And to read Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher. Now this one is a lot kind of thicker. I think this is actually thicker than the fine print as well. I really want to get to the final offer because I've seen so many people talk about how much they love the final offer. And I know that technically you don't have to read them all in order, but just for me, my own satisfaction, I want to read them all in order. But one of these will probably be my next read once I finish the tandem read, unless I completely change my mind and go for a different vibe. Okay guys, I am back. Sorry that you can hear the washing machine running in the background. I put the first load on the air, as you can see behind me, but I've also put on the second load before I went out. Now I just want to say, just scratch all of my reading plans, just scratch them all, okay? I went to the library, but guys, this library is so much better than the other one. Well, okay, maybe that's a bit rude to say, but this library has so much more stock than the other library that I used to go to. So this is my first time visiting this library, and I will say I got a little bit carried away, but I forced myself to stop after 5 books. When I was in the teen fiction area, I saw Foul Lady Fortune by Chloe Gong. Now I have seen so many people talk about this book and say that they absolutely loved it. Then also from the teen fiction area, I saw The Darkest Part of the Forest by Holly Black. Now, I did say I'm not buying any thrillers, and I've just realised this is fantasy though, right? Fairies, knights, princes, true love, think you know how the story goes? Think again. That caught me on the back of the book and the front of the cover. Also, I have really enjoyed every single book by Holly Black that I have read. I've really liked. I think this might be a romance book. I could be wrong. I will like put text on the screen if I'm wrong. This is 1 Year of Ugly by Caroline Mackenzie. I don't think I've ever read anything by this author, and I don't think I've ever seen this book. The cover, like the brightness of it, caught me, and then the title got me even more. Probably the most one, well, do you know what? I'm excited about all of these, but one of them that I'm probably the most excited about, and this is a book that I've wanted to buy for the longest time because everyone and their mum talks about this, and that is A Dowry of Blood by S.T. Gibson. I have heard so many people talk about this, and then finally they had this like escape into magical kind of table. I don't remember what it was titled, but this had this there, and this is a book that I've wanted to read for a very long time, and again wanted to pick up and buy for a very long time, and that is Hooked by A.C. Wise. Guys, quick update time. I stopped reading for a little bit because I was talking to Luke on his break from work. I am like excited, but also I'm really nervous because there's a quote going through Empire of Storms. There's something that comes to light in Empire of Storms that has a lot of significance, and Selena and 2 characters have figured out what it means. I haven't figured out what it means myself,
and they aren't telling us what it means, and I'm like really nervous that that means that something severely wrong is going to happen in this book. And that makes me super nervous because we're so close to the end of it and I'm worried that something really bad is going to happen. I've also heard that the end of Tower of Dawn is like gut-wrenching, so I am shit scared for that as well. Okay guys, so it is now 5 p.m. Luke finishes work at 6, so we have about an hour, really, an hour and 20 minutes left until Luke comes home and we have some dinner. We're having tacos tonight and I'm so excited. Tacos is one of our favourite dinners. Okay guys, it is 20 past 6 now, which means I think Luke will be walking through the door any moment now. He might even walk through as I'm giving you guys this update, so I'm gonna quickly spill my beans. I'm so close to finishing, so close, and I've cried. I most recently cried in a part of Tower of Dawn that I just finished reading. I'm now on chapter 57 of Tower of Dawn, which is page 579, and I'm also on chapter 66, page 608 of Empire of Storms. Okay guys, it is now Sunday and I have 48 pages left of Empire of Storms and 74 pages left of Tower of Dawn, and I am starting to get nervous because shit is going down and I have a really bad feeling about the stuff that's going down. Oh, my camera's a bit funny. I don't know, it's pretty bad. I finished Empire of Storms, everyone, and I think I'm now emotionally unavailable for the rest of my life. I've literally been crying for the last 60 or 80 pages. Okay, have you seen the state of my face? I'm still crying now because I'm not okay. I can't stop them from escaping. They just keep coming out because I'm so sad. Still crying now. There's still tears coming out of my eyes. I'm so sad. I'm so sad. This book's definitely getting 5 stars from me. Oh, incredible. The emotional turmoil I felt this whole book, and I said to you guys, I was like, I feel like something big's coming, something big's gonna happen. I couldn't have guessed that. I couldn't have guessed any of that. I think I'm A, traumatized, B, an emotional wreck, C, I still have 70 pages of Tower of Dawn to go through, and I'm like, I actually think this series might break me. Okay guys, hello. Hey guys, so it is 11:30 and I have just finished Tower of Dawn. This book was so good. I feel like what it is like going from the traumatic ending of Empire of Storms to almost the too chill ending of Tower of Dawn, and it's not that it was chill, it's just that it felt to me not as soul-breaking. However, the ending of this, the ending with the prologue called Fireheart in it, was heartbreaking. Oh my goodness, this tandem read has broken me, guys. Emotionally unavailable for the next like 3 days, honestly. You guys are rested on top of my book stacks. I've just got back from work. It is 5. I am a little bit tired, but anyway, we've got 3 book options coming at you guys. Okay guys, Luke is about to be home, but I started the Atlas 6 by Olivia Blake. Her writing is impressive. Okay, hey guys, sorry if you can hear Trevor's tank in the background. I'm using his like food to hold you up.
Anyway, I wanted to give you guys a quick update. It is 7 o'clock in the morning, so Luke's obviously not awake, so I'm talking a little bit quieter. But I wanted to give you guys a reading update. Yesterday I said I was picking up all 3 of these, but I wasn't sure what I was going to read, how far I was going to get, if I was even going to read any of them. I didn't end up starting A Diary of Blood, sadly. But you guys saw last night I picked up The Atlas 6 by Olivia Blake. And I read to page 25, which honestly is not that far through the book, considering it is, I think, 500 pages. It's just really well written, in my opinion, and I'm someone who normally would shy away from someone saying that. That's why I say, like, saying lyrical doesn't feel like it justifies how beautifully this is written. That could take me quite a while to get through this book, but I am enjoying it, and I think once it starts picking up and we've got more of a plot development, because I find with fantasy, any type of fantasy, you need to get 80 to 100 pages in to start understanding and knowing more about the world, but also feeling more of a connection to your characters. And then last night, I wasn't actually anticipating picking up this book at all, but I just kind of picked it up and I ended up just reading it and reading it and reading it. And that was Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher, and I'm on page 108 now, and that was in one like sitting, and I really enjoyed what I read yesterday. I'm not sure how I feel about our main character Declan right now. Like, he's probably, normally I really love like a grumpy, kind of rude, broody main character for the love interest, but I'm not sure how I feel about him right now. Hey guys, quick reading update. I had to pop to Sainsbury's after work. So I pretty much had an hour of reading. I've been reading Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher, as you can tell, it's in my hand, and I am now on page 258, or chapter 26. I do like how there is 2 POVs in this book. I will say I'm not necessarily loving Declan's character in this. I think he's a bit of an asshole, and I know that he's meant to be like grumpy sunshine, but some of the things that he says is like quite rude. Like, it's quite rude. And the thing is, like, I'm not sure how other people feel about this book, but I remember liking the first one. I think I gave it 5 stars, and that was a very much, I think it was like enemies to lovers / like academic rivals type of thing, because they're rivals in a job or they're trying to prove themselves. But I don't know, like, it's not, the thing is, like, I find myself smiling at certain moments and I find it really sweet. I think they're great together. However, just, I don't know, I feel like Declan's kind of changed his mind quite quickly when he was quite adamant about having no emotions, and his whole characteristic is that he has no emotions and he just blocks them all off. As I have been back from work for a while, it's now, is it 9:30?
Something like that.
Anyway, this morning I tried to update you guys, but I did finish Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher last night, and I think I'm going to give it 4 stars. I don't think I was as obsessed with it as I was the first book. I think I got a bit frustrated at the characters in this story. And also, I think I mentioned this in one of the clips, there's just like one point where Declan is saying certain things, and then in the next chapter he's like completely flipped his mind and he's like, I'm going to chase after her. And it just really confused me. I felt like it was a little bit too quick, like his change of conscience was too quick, and I feel like maybe that's because I do think most of the book is in Iris's perspective. I think we get more chapters in Iris's perspective than we do Declan's, and maybe having a couple more in Declan's perspective would have helped us to see as his like feelings and things grew. It was by no means perfect, but I feel like Luke's gonna hate this, but I feel like it's probably like a 3.5 to 4, so I'll probably round it up to a 4, but it was probably more of a 3.5 romance for me. This evening I'm honestly not sure if I'm gonna get round to reading anything, but I still have the Atlas 6 by Olivia Blake to get round to. I'm only 25 pages in. I'm also kind of worried that it might not help my very sleepy mind, so I might not be able to pick this up right now, so I may pick up A Diary of Blood by S.T. Gibson, which I got from the library. Okay, good morning peeps. I am ready for work. It is 7:10. I need to leave in 15 minutes. But I did pick up A Diary of Blood by S.T. Gibson, and I got to page 34, which is annoying because I was just before the end of a chapter, and I'm normally someone who likes to stop on a chapter kind of line. But I will say I could see myself reading this book super quickly. It's also like super intriguing. It does also have a list of trigger warnings, so I would definitely advise you to look those up yourself. I have heard such amazing things about this book, and I think I'm probably going to agree with everyone with these. I also kind of like the fact that things are kind of ambiguous. You don't really know who this person is. The woman's perspective that we're in has kind of removed his name to make him kind of as important as she was in his narrative, which I think is so interesting. Also the first page, so interesting, the way that it starts. Hey guys, I'll update you guys on that, but I've just opened the bedroom door and Luke set up all the teddies around the order that I made. Here you go, here's what it looks like. Okay, so if you guys didn't know, which I'm sure you do by now, I'm a massive fan of Sarah J Maas, and I actually have a whole tower here of her books. But if you guys didn't know, I also read the Crescent City series by her, which is currently being published and continues to be published now. But I got the first book when it was really hyped up, and I brought it in paperback. I waited for it to come out in paperback because I wasn't sure, because a lot of books that I see a lot of people talk about I actually end up not enjoying. Then I brought the second book in hardback when it first came out because I couldn't wait, and also because I just love this cover. Like, look at the cover, look at the end pages. However, I've since decided that I really want to own this series in hardback because I just love it, and this book actually broke me, and I've been looking for the longest time for the hardback of the first book in the series, and I found this one on eBay, and it was £20, 71p. And to be honest, although that seems expensive, and it really is, I'm so excited to have this in my hand. Let's read, hang on. I think, yeah, so the UK hardback was £17 full price. For the second book was £17 full price. So I'm kind of happy to have only paid £3, almost £4 more. I think that's really good, especially considering this is out of print. You can't get the hardback anymore. And a lot of places that I was looking, they were like £35, £40, and I was willing to pay that. So the fact that I found it for £20 and 71p was just incredible on eBay. If the product is still up, I will link it. I don't know if I talked to you guys since I got back from going to the beach, but I didn't actually end up going for a swim. It was a bit chilly. It'd been really warm, but by the time I got home from work and went back, got changed and went back out again. Well, freaked out about it, but got changed and went back out again. It was a bit windy and it was really chilly. I picked up the Atlas 6 when I got home. I was just in the mood for this, like the vibes of it. I was just really in the mood for it. But within the last like 25, 30-ish pages, I've definitely become a lot more interested. We've met all of our 6 main characters, which has been really intriguing. I don't know, I just think it's been amazing. Like I've really enjoyed learning about them. I definitely have a couple of favourite characters, and I think I'm still kind of trying to get used to and untangle the characters in my head. I've only had like one from each of them, but I'm not sure if we'll see all 6 people's POVs still throughout the rest of the book. I'm honestly not sure. I didn't even know that this had more than one perspective. I thought we just followed Libby. I look, wow, I look great. Okay guys, it's now 10:30, so Luke would have just finished work. He'll be on his way home. Luke's probably on his way home from work now, but I wanted to give you guys an update. I did my like house chores that I needed to get done. I wanted to give you guys an update on the Atlas 6. I am on part 3 titled Battle, and I am 89 pages through now. That last section, again, was super interesting to see everyone's reactions after the introductory kind of conversation. I'm going to probably hang with Luke for a little bit until his dinner's done and he's had dinner, but then after that, I'm probably going to head straight to bed because I'm ready for bed already. Like, I'm in my PJs, my skincare's been done. like she's ready. I don't think I will read any more in bed. I'm not sure, but I don't think I will. I haven't recently been reading in bed at all, actually. Hey everybody, I'm here to outro this week's video. So we started off this video super strong when I was reading my tandem read of Fountain of Glass. I read Empire of Storms and Tower of Dawn. Now originally you would read Empire of Storms first and then Tower of Dawn after. However, if you read them both together, I feel you get so much more immersed into the story. I haven't read them separately. This is my first time reading this series in general. I will say the end of Empire of Storms, you need a whole ass box of tissues to deal with Empire of Storms. Like when I say I have cried over this book continuously for the past 2 weeks, I mean it. Like when I start talking about it, I start tearing up. I'm tearing up right now. Like it is such an emotional roller coaster. I don't know if anyone else felt that way, but I sure as hell did. I am hoping to pick up Kingdom of Ash this month as well at some point. I know we only have 2 weeks, well, 2 and a bit weeks left of the month, but I am so excited and I really want to jump into the last book, and I need to know what happens after the end of these 2 books. But yes, incredible read. I think this was a great way to start off my reading month. I think it started my reading month off super strong. I went into Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher and I managed to finish this one as well. I'm giving this one 4 stars. I did enjoy it. I did find Declan's character a little bit difficult to get into. This one has tropes of Grumpy Sunshine and it is a romance series by Lauren Asher. There is spice in it, so I would say it's not a closed door romance. So closed door romance normally means that in a closed door romance you don't see the explicit scenes, whereas in a open door you do get to see the you see the sex scenes. I don't know if I'm going to get demonetized for saying the word sex, but there you go. One of the books that I picked up was Diary of Blood by S.T. Gibson, and I got up to page 35 this week I got up to page 35 this week in this book. Also, like, look how stunning this edition is from the library. Anyway, I really want to own this book. I think I'm gonna absolutely love it. I wish that I could tab a couple of lines and things like that. Like, I really want to tab some quotes in here, which is really interesting. And that's something that I've only picked up recently after picking up the Atlas 6 by Olivia Blake, is that I do want to take a tab for quotes sometimes in books, depending on how they're written. I also picked up the Atlas 6 by Olivia Blake, and let me tell you, I have been thoroughly impressed with how much I'm enjoying this so far. I'm really not that far into the book again. I am on page 91, and so far I am very intrigued by this, and it's not just kind of like elemental magics and things like that. You also get to see other kind of creatures in this world as well, which I think is super intriguing. And I am looking for, in my little book spend spree that I'm gonna do, I am looking to get maybe the Atlas Paradox, but I only want it in paperback because I want it to match my paperback of the first book. And that is everything for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed seeing what I read in a week. Well, in 2 weeks technically. Yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. I'd like to see more videos from me, and I'll catch you guys all in my next one. Bye!